Hey y'all, it's Raven here. Hope you are having a beautiful week, a beautiful Friday. Friday is my favorite day of the week. So I thought I'd get on here and post. I was at a coffee shop and my computer died because I left my charger at the house. So I got to work for a couple hours and I came home to, you know, just eat some food and do some more work. But I don't know. I was just like my computer died, and I was just like kind of frustrated because I'm like in the zone right now and really trying to make some shit pop. So it was a little frustrating, but I think for some reasons it inspired me to do a video. um, so I just wanted to get on here and just say like you have the capability to save yourself. And this does not mean like, if you're in like the most harshest position right now or life is really just coming down on you, that like you have to do it by yourself. That like you can't reach out for help and need support. Like that you don't need support, you do. And it's okay to need support. But the reality is, I think as when I became like an adult and really like just having to like have adult responsibilities, I realized like I have had a lot of resentment for having these adult responsibilities. But I think the resentment was not having the tools to be able to manage, like emotionally, physically, spiritually, manage the responsibilities that I have. And as much as like I've been through some things growing up, and I can look at my parents like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And there's definitely some things I have to work through with that, like my resentment there. But the reality is, nobody is going to save you. Everyone is in their own world, has their own communities, have their own things that they have to take care of and have going on. And it's like, I'm just coming to that realization of like, damn, this is, you got to do this. And sitting around being upset about who's not helping you, who's not showing up for you, all of this kinds of stuff. Like, you can do that, but is that really being helpful to your process? And as far as like taking care of your responsibilities, um, so I think it's about acknowledging that you need support and acknowledging that you may not be able to do it all on your own, and that's totally fine. No one can. And seeking the help that you need, whether that's therapy, whether that's a family member who can help you. Like my aunt was just over here yesterday and she helped me with my resume, and today I'm going over my resume just to like go over what she did and make my own adjustments to it. But like resume, like side note, like I cannot stand resumes, and I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that really can't stand it. Like I don't like resumes, I don't like cover letters. It really is like fucking annoying to do it. And I've been procrastinating and postponing it for so long because it's just it's just daunting for me. And so I finally like asked somebody to help me instead of just staying stuck and being in my own head about it and resenting it and being resentful about like I didn't learn this kind of stuff. Like I don't feel like I have the tools to be able to like get this. And then my own self-limiting beliefs, like nobody's gonna want to read this resume, it's not gonna get accepted. And all of those things are not helping me in doing the resume and putting myself out there. And then it further feeds into the feeling of being stuck. And one of my family, a loved one of mine said, If you don't start, the answer's already no. And I was like, damn, that's real. If you don't start, the answer is already no. And that really just stuck with me. And I'm realizing, like, you got to start somewhere. You have to start, and I think sometimes even for me, the starting part is like, well, if I start this and it doesn't work out and I did all this work just for it to be useless, it's not useless. You know why? Because it's helping you to get out of that stuck feeling. Because what's that stuck feeling feel like? It doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel all sweet and dandy and fun and joyous. I mean, I guess you can change have a mind shift, like change about feeling stuck, like what stuckness is for you. But if you can't get out of that rut, like, you have to start, even if that's just like my resume example, even if that's just like asking someone, just, can you look at this? Like, can you just help me? Like, can you brainstorm with me? Can you write out some ideas with me? Like, even if that's just like writing one bullet point or looking at Google to say how to write a stellar resume, like, there are options. And like, I love the hood healer. She mentions, as long as you have options, as long as you have breath, you have options. And that really sticks with me. And another friend of mine mentioned that. I was just telling her, like, I have all these things I want to do, da da da. And she was like, well, you have the options. We live in the U.S. She's someone who's not from here, and she was just like, our options are endless. And that doesn't, that's not covering like systemic things that, can create a lot of barriers, but that does not mean the options aren't there. And I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up on myself. I'm not going to give up on myself. I'm not going to give up on myself. Yeah. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Don't give up on yourself. Keep going. Keep going. You got this. Go at your own pace. Take the necessary steps. If you have to detox from social media, if you have to tell some folks, like, I can't hang right now. I'm in an incubator stage in my life at this moment. It's not personal. I love you, but I need to tend to me right now. You got to go work out, move that energy around, take a walk. Get a morning routine going. Maybe wake up a little earlier. One thing that's been, I'm a morning person, but one thing that's been helpful for me is just getting up a little bit earlier than I usually do. Now, I don't actually get out of the bed, but I do get up earlier because I just like pray and just like kind of just, it's my moment of silence and peace for myself before I enter into the rest of the day. And I'm getting up to go work out, just taking baby steps, and every day is not perfect. Like today I kind of got out of the house a little later than I would have wanted to, but like, you got this. Start somewhere. And if you feel like you can't, if you don't have the capacity, if your mental health is going down the drain, your physical health is going down the drain, okay, something just fell from the tree. All right. And that scared me because I thought I was going to pop in my car. But look, that's your message, all right? To get unstuck. Take baby steps. Start small. First step, write out what you need to do. Like, what is it? What's like your priorities right now? Like, what are the things that will support you foundationally? Write those things out. Put them in your calendar. Write them in the calendar. Put them in your phone. Start creating a schedule for yourself. You're waking up at what time? You're having your tea. You're having your exercise at what time? You're studying at this time. I'm still trying to work on this myself. But I do have an outline for how my day goes. I leave room for flexibility, and it doesn't always work out as planned, but it's been helping me to stay more on task and in alignment. And as you're creating those new like schedules and habits, slowly but surely, second is releasing distractions, because a lot of the time, and just from people that I've listened to on YouTube and just like the research I've been doing, a lot of the things that you're doing or that are keeping you stuck are like it may come off like they're feeding you, but they could be distracting you and taking from you away from the energy that you need to be doing the other things that you need to be doing. So releasing distractions and trying to figure out, like, how do you feel after you do certain things? How do you feel after certain environments you're in? How do you feel after certain conversations you're having? Start looking at your life as an objective observer. And 3, like, getting the help that you need. Reach out for support. You don't have to do this alone. There are services, like if you can't afford therapy, there are services, the sliding scales, open path, Black Girls Therapy. You know, there's things out there. Google's available right now. Talk to people. Tell somebody, I need help. I know it's hard. I had to tell somebody that recently. I need help. I can't do this alone, child. But it's for your highest good. Ask for help. And it's not always going to be perfect. You may have moments where you don't ask for the help. But even if you can't ask other people, ask God, ask Spirit, ask the universe, ask nature. You know, tap into something to help you get the support that you need. And then lastly, show yourself grace and compassion for this process. Because if you are a sensitive person or somebody who is just very impacted by, you know, your triggers or your nervous system and gone through some life shit, especially in your younger years, and it's impacted you as an adult, and it's just more sensitive to adulting and all of the responsibilities of the world and, you know, people's opinions and, you know, external factors and internal factors, mental health, all kinds of stuff. There are many different factors that make it hard and challenging to adult. And especially it can, depending on your situation, your unique circumstances, it can make it even harder for you. But guess what? It's okay. You are enough. You were created on purpose, and you're needed here. And there will be a way for you. There will be a way for you. Just take those small steps. Take those small steps and show yourself grace and compassion. You will need a lot of it along the way, because you may have support from outside, right? And there may be people that can give you that grace and compassion, but you're going to need it for yourself. You're going to need it. Hold on to that. And if you don't have that tool built up inside of you internally, start building it. Start building it, because, you know, the world, people, things, places will put pressure on you and tell you this, you didn't do that, and what to do here and not to do. Give yourself grace. The more grace you give yourself and love on yourself and compassion you give to yourself, it can make things feel a little lighter in navigating the rest of the world. And if you can't do it on your own, ask for help. Get the support you need. This was just a quick thing, but, you know, it's just been on my heart, and I'm going through this myself, and I just want to make sure that people don't feel alone in this process. Like, you are not alone. You are not alone. Like, you got this. We got this. Like, I think that social media, especially, and just like the world, a lot of people keep a lot of this shit to themselves, or they're talking about it in their own little communities. But the reality is, there are people out there that feel so lonely and isolated because they think they're the only ones going through this shit. You ain't the only one. If you're going through it, somebody else is going through it. There may be some unique circumstances to you, but in general, a lot of the shit that like we go through and feel isolated about, other people are going through it. You just haven't met them. But show yourself grace. Take accountability for your own life. And be the savior that you wanted the people who loved you most to be for you. Be that for yourself first. Start there. Start there. You can do it. We got this. Mwah. Take care of yourselves. Have a beautiful weekend.